Hey everybody, it's Mr. Caudale. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. You're going to get a chance to show what you know so far with respect to natural selection and evolution. We're going to do an assignment today called Evolution in Action. Obviously, normally we don't do any asynchronous work, and we do these all in class. I'm usually around if kids have questions during the middle of this. Today, when you're doing this, just write me if you have a question. Um, but we're going to start with something that's happening this Sunday. We are going to fall ahead. Is that right? Fall back, spring forward. Okay, sorry. We're going to turn our clocks forward 1 hour. That's going to give us more light in the evenings and less light in the mornings. Some people say that that's awesome. Well, this is all based upon this. This is the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, England, on the south side of the Thames River in London. And what's important about this place is that it's where they figured out um, where to put longitude on our planet. And you can see there's some people out there, and there's a line where they're standing, and there's actually a 0 degree longitude line that's in the cobblestones here. This is called the prime meridian, and it's where we begin our not only our measurement of, I guess, longitude on the planet, but number two, it's where clocks begin in terms of each day. That's where um, the new day begins, for instance. And so then um, all of time on our planet is basically aligned with these longitudinal lines. I have been here, and it costs like $15 to be able to, and you have to stand in that queue for a long time. It looks like in the rain for these people in order to get into that little area there and then straddle the longitudinal line. But when you have a backpack on with your friends and you're outside of high school, go here. There's like this old school line on the side of the place, and this is also a line of 0 degree longitude, and this is where we begin the Greenwich Mean Time, or the Coordinated Universal Time, which is the same thing. Basically, it's where time begins each day on our planet at midnight, 12 a.m. The Earth then rotates, and for every let me get this right. For every 15 degrees longitude, we add an hour. You can see down there at near Antarctica that everything's uniform as far as um, adding hours to Greenwich Mean Time. Like we could say, oh, we're 6 hours behind Greenwich Mean Time, which we are. Or if you're in Australia, you'd say you're 9 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. But then obviously when these lines get up into where the countries are, you can see they get all squiggly and everything. One of the most interesting situations in the world is that China only has one time zone. So think about America. We have all the way from Alaska and Hawaii, and then we have the Pacific Ocean states of Oregon, Washington, and California, and then it goes all the way across. And we have like 5 different time zones. It looks like China also spans 5 different time zones, but it only has one time, and obviously that simplifies things in the country. But what's interesting is if you pass across the western border into, I think it's Tajikistan or one of those stands countries, you actually lose 4.5 hours the moment that you step across the border on your watch. Anyway, I think it's pretty fascinating. So enjoy daylight savings time. I told you you're going to have a chance to show me what you know about evolution, and there are a lot of examples of evolution in action, like this not so smart beaver that didn't cut the tree the right way. I guess his offspring won't be doing the same because he won't have any offspring, and maybe the smart ones who cut it away from where they're standing will survive and pass along that inherited characteristic. Well, you have to know that antibiotics kill bacteria. Okay, you probably know that. And then now's your chance to show what you know. And I wish my little face would come up on the screen. I usually don't. But I wanted to show you where we're at here. I'm on page 58 where it says evolution in action. What I'd like you to do is read on page 58, read on page 59. Then under analysis at the bottom of page 59, go ahead and answer that on a separate sheet of paper. And in number one, there are a bunch of these diamonds. There's actually 5 green diamonds. And I want to make sure that you spend the time. You're just supposed to write a paragraph. It says write an essay, but write me a long paragraph and incorporate all of those diamonds there, please, when you write it. Then, when you get a chance, answer number two, please. Let's pause here and finish that first portion of the assignment. We're only going to answer 4 questions. So there's numbers 1 and 2. Press pause. Now, we're going to answer just numbers 1 and 2 at the end. And to help you out, I'm going to show you a movie right here. And if it doesn't play well, I've put the YouTube link in the Schoology page.
What if I told you there are trivial bacteria?
Okay, so you've heard about antibiotic resistance before. This is a big problem, and it's only getting worse. Um, we're losing antibiotics. I want to say at the rate of one per year. I think I read uh, in order to treat bacterial infections, and we use these things all the time. Like if you get anything done at the dentist's office, or if you go to the doctors to cure a strep throat or anything like that. Uh, you just need to be careful about how often you are prescribed antibiotics, and that if you are prescribed them, that you use the entire dose. Follow it. I know sometimes you start to feel better and you're like, oh, I've got 4 doses left and I'm just going to throw them in the trash. Well, what happens often is that people don't finish their course of treatment, and then there's just a few guys hanging on, and then the antibiotic stops, and then they're able to reproduce. And if they have any mutations, they might turn into one of these super bugs. So you can read on page 61, there's a little bit more information on antibiotics there in a blue box. Good luck, and we'll be soon turning in all of these work items. Thanks, everybody.